its familiar colours. This is Sidmouth. You may as well see the little blue and white one as well. Toying between these two aircraft. It's not the one with the jets. This is the one that is most well known around the countryside in the wonderful Union Jack configuration. This particular pitch, a Pitch S2S, serial number 18, only one of 30 aircraft ever built of this type. Most were certified production aircraft, but a few of them, including this one, was home built from factory kits. All the way throughout this whole demonstration, this is all about energy management. It is about using not just the power of the engine, but also the speed and height, converting that height into extra energy, particularly going outwards, coming out of that upside down as well, and now pushing, using rudder around an inverted circle in the sky. Rolling it as he comes out, putting extra G now. You're weighing about 1 G around the sea front at the moment. Imagine somebody pressing on you 5, 6, 7 times your body weight and then trying to move your arms and legs at the same time. It is very, very difficult indeed. So he warms up at high altitude, going through a few maneuvers. Every time he puts the stick down there like he does, diving down towards the sea, building up energy, and then that gives him the momentum to go up into what will be a series of quick rolls now, turns. In fact, he's going over the top and rolling it off the top. Bit of inverted flying, negative G, not much you can do about that. All the blood is rushing to your head, making your eyes go very red indeed. Richard absolutely top of his tree. He spent a lot of time developing his own aircraft as well. A little hangar up at Staverton near Gloucester is where he does all his work when he's not flying for a commercial airline during the week. Like so many other pilots, however, he had an Air Force career before taking this sporting activity up. And he has DNA of flying in his blood. His father was a very well-known hunter display pilot, and Richard himself was on the front line of the Royal Air Force flying Tornadoes for many years. Holding it up now, and look at that, he's just allowing the airspeed to where before then tumbling it, almost going tail over engine and letting it tumble down before now converting it under full control back into more energy. Keep an eye now at just the speed and rate of the maneuvers at the same time, of course, the stick going around the cockpit, his eyes and his head all over the place, tumbling through a washing machine as if it's on fast spin. It takes an awful lot of physical strength and concentration to do this kind of flying. Yes, it's got a whole catalogue of maneuvers. It all depends on wind. At the moment, not too much there. Lovely side-slipping climb. As again, uses a little bit of rudder just to slip the aircraft to one side. And now hanging in there, letting it. Sometimes the aircraft will go slightly gyroscopic, but in this case, running out of airspeed, letting the aircraft descend through his own smoke. You don't need to worry about the smoke, that is all environmentally friendly safety oil, often called something like Ondina, and are all very safe. And it's an absolutely exhausting routine to go through. 10 minutes of this is like doing a couple of back-to-back marathons. And if somebody would invite the gentleman to come back onto the beach, please do not go out to sea. Thank you, sir. Okay, back up in the sky. Let's see what's going on up there. Yeah, it never goes in a straight line very long. That's a terribly boring thing to do, isn't it? When you're a man of this skill, takes years and years, of course, hours of practicing, and also you have to build up what we call G tolerance, and that is all about being able to withstand the rigors physically of being in the cockpit whilst carrying out what looks to be a lot of violent maneuvers, but all perfectly under control. Carving a big sky. So here smoke is very aesthetic in the way it draws lines. You'll see that with the red as well, but it's also a very important safety position, particularly when you're flying formation displays.
That might be tomorrow, actually.
And now letting it tumble, letting it slide, rolling it through. And now, once again, upside down, holding that negative G with a nose bleeding consistency, really, really demanding on the body. Another example of that wonderful side-slipping capability whilst in the climb, and then effortlessly just letting the aircraft tumble through the sky, holding it all under control. And now he's using a little bit of time just to check on the engine T's and P's, letting the engine cool down a little bit. Because he's just about to come into what he calls his tower of power. To achieve the tower of power, he has to restabilize his own brain as well as the aircraft. Preparing for that, very shortly the smoke will come back on here, then put it into a steep dive, winding it up almost ballistically with a few rolls at the same time to get to maximum speed and energy, to then go upwards as high as he can whilst continuing a whole series of dynamic maneuvers. Now, I think after doing just that one maneuver, most of you will have trouble standing up. But this man practices this at least 2 or 3 times a week, and thus able to display not just his skills, but also the amazing ability of this aircraft as well, and the aerofoils and the designs, and why the Fit Special was such an outstanding competitor, and remains right up there at the top of the tree in terms of competitive flying, albeit now overtaken by the likes of the Edge and XA series of aircraft, as well as the extra 330 series as well. Unsurprisingly, this is a very heavily modified aircraft, powered by a 6-cylinder 8.5 litre engine, producing 300 horsepower. Got a flying weight of just 750 kilograms, but a top speed of over 200 miles an hour, and it's capable of pulling plus 6 speed to -5. It's got a great strength to the structure, with the wings and the top and bottoms connected by diagonal steel wires. It's great rigidity, as you would expect in this. And Richard himself responsible for much of the engineering and the maintenance of this aircraft. It's got new cowling, new induction system, extra titanium landing gear, high performance fuel injection. All of that enabling to give the display that he's done today. Coming now towards the tail end of his display, he'll be looking out of the top of his cockpit down at you too, please. He'll be able to see you, so do give him a massive wave up, which is a good thing. In the muscle mic and that is possible. You might be wondering how to fly. Well, even the fuselage there is giving the aircraft a bit of lift. That is able to continue his display. And there he is giving a wonderful wave off as well. A really tremendous display in a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Wow, well that's a way to start a display, isn't it? So rip-roaring style like that, really, really first-class airmanship indeed, and a great example of unlimited aerobatics. Well, and we've got a few minutes to break now. Good chance if you need to top up with anything you may need out there, teas, coffees, etc. The next one in just about 10 minutes time, coming from the Aero Superbatics Wingwalkers.
Oh, you heard that right? 10 minutes time. I won't make you wait all that time there. There he is in the distance there, just gone.
Emma there, riding above the pilots doing acrobatics as well as going upside down at the same time. I take my hat off to those girls working very, very hard against winds of 150 miles an hour. Well, reputedly, there was a guy called Orma Locklear back in around about 1918 at the end of the war, was trying to fix something on his aircraft as he was flying it, and actually got out of the cockpit to try and mend a part of the airframe, which he managed to do and survive, and that spurred the art of wing walking. Coming in from the left-hand side now. Look at the girls on top. They'll be going through various formations of their own, irrespective of what the two pilots. They barrel at the front, Brian Corns behind it, and there on comes that friendly environmental smoke as well, just looking terrific. And look at the colour schemes as well, now repainted in their own brand. Terrific stuff indeed. Yes, you've known them in the past as the Crunchies, the Ugly Buffaloes, the Dinos, and the Brightlings. Yeah, same guys, same aircraft, just different sponsors, now in their own colour scheme, and doing it with real skill, professionalism, and high degree of entertainment value as well. Fantastic bit of flying, great aircraft for steermen, the backbone of training of many, literally thousands of pilots during the interwar years. Very strong aircraft, lovely open cockpit, two large cockpits. You'll see the pilots are flying in the rear of those cockpits. We'll drop in and out of the intercom in a few moments then and just see what they come up for. Let's listen out today. And a great photo opportunity for all you avids out there. And that whine that you hear there comes from the big R985 engine driving a huge standard Hamilton propeller. And when all the levers are forward and everything's literally revving flat out, then the tips of those propellers are going almost supersonic. They are indeed the magnificent men in their flying machines, extolling all the romance of that period. And if you went to see the recent Mission Impossible film, it was not these particular aircraft, exactly the same aircraft that Tom Cruise was using in that movie as well. They're really outstanding, as well as that extra power. That's needed because, of course, the girls flying on the wing creates extra drag, and therefore the pilots need a bit more power to do the maneuvers they do. And there you hear them pushing over the top. There, all the blood pressure is back to the head from the feet, and now they're going to this turn and put a bit more positive G on this turn. The girls just casually waving their arms and doing their exercises on a little rig. They're all strapped in, of course, to that rig, but later on in the display, they will unstrap and move around the tops of the wings. So as well as an extra powerful engine and propeller, these aircraft are also fitted with an additional pair of ailerons as well. That helps you turn the aircraft Oh, look, another great photo opportunity coming up. The girls are lying down. And they're calling the shot there as they break on their harness. And with the sun coming just behind us there, absolute photographer's dream world against those fantastic colour schemes in the blue sky. Really, really terrific stuff indeed. Well, unsurprisingly, they spend hours practicing this, and the girls do have a little safety strap on. Not much though, and it takes a great deal of trust and, of course, a fair bit of courage as well to be doing this. But in the hands of two very accomplished and experienced pilots, it's a very competitive thing as well. If you want to get a job as a wing walker, gosh, that's a tough one to fill. There's the smoke coming on. That's also very good for positioning. They'll keep an eye on your wingman. And another break there as the girls coming by with their swan formation, or the goose as they refer to it on board, and they're just making their changes by hand signals. They're not able to talk to each other, they can't even talk to the pilots. So it's all very rehearsed and practiced at their base. Now, up in Gloucestershire at Rentham, you can go wing walking yourself as well. Many people do it for charity. Just go to aerosubmarics.com or go wingwalking.com. Either of those will lead you to their site, and a great opportunity. So they're getting a bit of altitude now, just priming up. The sun picking them up nicely out in the distance there, and of course that means they'll be coming round for a roll or a loop, or maybe it's the Humpty Dumpty Bumpty ride. Let's drop in and see what they're going to do. And they're diving down, and oh dear, the blood rushing to their heads as they do this. They're going to be pulling up any minute. Will they be rolling or looping? And it's a roll. Absolutely magnificent. And it is the job of the wingman there to execute every single maneuver of the lead pilot. Girls now upside down, swinging. You see, as they change the formation there, they just swung all the way around on those harnesses. And the girls predominantly from a circus or ballerina or dancing or acrobatic background. And as I say, a very competitive slot to fill as well. Very rare. But they advertise a whole team of them. They run the administration and activities back at base when they're not doing air displays around the country. You hear those propellers there roaring away as they slow the aircraft down. This gives the chance for the girls to reconfigure their positions as well. Oh, just a fantastic sight. Absolutely perfect. Looking good for the Red Arrows as well, eh? What a great evening. Coming back into what we call echelon now. Brian is tucking his aircraft below and to one side. The girls first up on top. And yes, here we go. For the And I just think this is dream flying. There's something about open cockpits and biplanes that just, I don't know, just such a passion and excitement and thrill of these years. We're looking back to almost 100 years at the history of these aircraft. Wonderful sight. The girls now changing formation on the top of the wings at the same time. This time in a position they call the arabesque, and you can see that one foot on the cockpit, the other hand waving in the sky. Absolutely superb, and that foot that is on the fuselage is literally right in front of the pilot's nose. So the girls manoeuvring literally around the top of the wing. A really superb performance by the crews. Again, once again, very rehearsed and practiced activity. There's not for the faint-hearted. And they make it look easy, don't they? But the girls literally use aircraft flying between 100 and 150 miles an hour. Imagine putting your hand outside of the car window during that time. Yes, it's very hard work indeed physically, but they drop back into the cockpit. And with a foot literally still there, balancing on the, and look at just the agility of the girls there with the other leg literally reaching to the sky. So towards the end of the routine they have to step down completely from the harnesses. That is the only way, of course, to get them safely back to base. It would be a pretty unpleasant journey to have to stay up on the wing for the whole trip, that's for sure. I once was up at Renton myself working with the owner up there, Vic Norman, on a fundraising charity show when he decided to take Richard Hammonds from Top Gear for a flight, and then just as we got over on an enormous rainstorm came upon us, and it was hugely amusing for most of us except for Richard Hammond, who got off the top of the wing absolutely like a drowned rat. So you can do it as well, but always choose a sunny day if you can. And now here they come. Give them a massive wave by left to right. The girls safely on the brilliant. You see them standing up in the waves at the same time. Really outstanding work. I'm not sure whether we get another fly past from them. I'm just listening. And now I hear them climbing away now. What a fabulous piece of aerial entertainment that is. Absolutely outstanding. And there they call complete. And you're grateful. Thanks to you all for participating in that. They just love it. Oh, what an exhilarating afternoon this has turned out to be. Fabulous flying, fabulous scenery, and a great evening as well. Well,